Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by AOL Music and Spinner.com, where you can get free MP3s, exclusive interviews, and more. Video bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the Daily Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1115 for Friday, June 18th, 2010, the Crescent 1925 Locomotive Phone.
Now, get ready for Dick.
On a bleak Manhattan streetscape, from a cold and lonely tower, you can hear the gadget's feet scrape as they use the last of their power. So try and escape from GizWiz.Biz, but no one try to escape from GizWiz.Biz. But no one can leave the hellhole that is Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play
In Dick's Gadget Warehouse. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the Gadget Meister, Dick DeBartolo. Mwah. Mwah. That, I thank Danny Whitmer of Sydney, Australia, for that poem. That lovely. We're starting to get a lot of GizWiz Gadget Friday poem submissions.
Oh, that saves wear and tear on you.
Yes, it saves wear and tear on my brain, which frankly can't take much more.
I think he did an amazing job for all those years.
He's good for all those years. Considering your advanced age, you've done all right, says Dick DeBartolo. How are you, Dick?
I'm very well, and you, sir?
I am well. I'm coming out your way next month, you know.
Oh,
or actually, not next month. In August, early August, to take Abby to school.
You're going to do that every day? Because that's going to really...
Well, it's a bit of a commute, but we feel she should stay living at home for at least until she's 25.
Yeah, okay. Hey, that's good. See, now that's a concerned parent.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a shame that she did, enroll in a school that's 3,000 miles away, but we just have to live with that.
Yeah, and you can do homework on the airplane.
Perfect.
So it's a win-win situation.
Win-win. That's how I feel.
And by the end of the year, you'll be some frequent flyer. You could be Continental, Diamond, Aztec.
Did you
Gold
see
Bullion.
up in the Air? Because I know you're big into the frequent flyer stuff.
Yes.
The George Clooney movie Up in the Air was really all about
yes.
being a frequent flyer. As much as anything else, it was about, the perks of being a frequent flyer. So what'd you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was great.
I loved it.
And I heard that there are these like mystery levels that the average person doesn't know about.
Right. The truth is, the guy who wrote the movie, I think it came from research he had done for The Atlantic or one of those magazines, because he was so fascinated by this whole culture of the frequent flyer.
Yeah.
And the guy in the movie that George Clooney plays is trying to become, I think, a million-mile flyer, right?
Yes.
And you get a special, like, titanium card, and you get to meet the chief pilot. And I don't know, there were all sorts of rewards for 1,000,000 miles, and he just kept flying. And he finally does get 1,000,000 miles in the movie. Do you know of that? I mean, is that true?
Yes, there are. I met a guy on an airplane once in first. I got an upgrade, and the plane was like 10 minutes late or something. He came down and sat next to me. He said, "I'm sorry to delay your flight." And I said, "Oh, are you the captain?" And he goes, "No, I am." I forgot what airline. I think it was Delta. He said, "I am Delta's most frequent flyer."
Whoa.
And they just hold planes for me. He said,
wow.
If it's up to 20, 25 minutes or something, they'll just hold a flight.
Wow.
I know. I said, oh,
actually, it was. I'm looking now at an article from Time Magazine. It was 10 million miles. And
okay.
And he receives a surprise champagne celebration on board. American Airlines chief pilot sits down and talks to him. He gets from his his graphite card, he gets upgraded to a metal card that allows him to directly access his own private operator, someone who will greet him by name.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
They answer the phone. Hi, Leo.
So they interviewed on the new. Yeah, hi, Leo. Can I do anything? They interviewed a guy named Philip Dunkelberger, who has 14 million miles, mostly with American. He's also elite on United and Lufthansa. So they asked him, "What did you get at 10 million miles?" He says, "It was on a trip to Zurich 2 years ago. I knew this trip would put me over the 10 million mile mark, but what brought a smile to my face wasn't so much what I drank and ate. I think it was when I landed and realized I've been able to enrich my life with business travel." Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He does have executive platinum status, upgrades, lounge access, 100% flight mileage bonus. In other words, you double your miles. So, see, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, don't they?
Yeah. Well, you know, when you fly 5 people from Petaluma to Vegas at $34 a person, this graphite card, I would not look in the mail. It ain't coming.
Gerald Solovi. He's 79 years old. He's been flying American Airlines for 64 years. They asked him, "When did you cross the 10 million mile mark?" He says, "I think I passed it last year. I wasn't keeping track. American Airlines wrote me a nice letter. They advised me I crossed. They keep me posted." He got a letter.
I see. Continental, I think, has like infinite elite, where at some point you just won't go below a certain level because you've been with them so many years. There are a lot of neat. I mean, if you have to fly all the time, it's pretty nifty.
Oh, you need it. It's the only reward, right? I mean, that's it. He says, "I don't know what they did for Mr. Clooney. For me, I get good service. They get me where I want to go and when I want to get there. That's it." No, there is no graphite card, but there is a concierge key card. That actually was in the movie. Huh. I wouldn't mind. I would promise. I don't want to fly the 10 million miles to get that. I'd like the status.
If you're going to fly back and forth every day to school, you're going to get 10 million quickly. So it's a perk.
So there's the perk.
Yeah. You should save the $300,000 and just let us stay at school by yourself. But that's just my thought.
They interviewed a number of these people, and there's another person they interviewed for this. Let's see. His name is Thomas Stuker. He's United Airlines top flyer. He says he's global services. He talks in giddy tones about special operators working behind the scenes to correct misconnections. "When I call the 800 number in Michigan, most of the time I don't even have to introduce myself. They know me," says Stuker. "I got my own 1-800-KISS-MY-ASS hotline." Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That must have been a hard number to get.
All right, let's talk about gadgets. You have been to the gadget warehouse. You have come down from the mountaintop bearing a gadget.
I do. And let me just do something here for a second. And
you got a choo-choo train.
Now, Leo, this is a choo-choo train telephone.
Oh. So,
okay. This is really neat. It's from a company, and I am amazed to find this is it's between 18 and 20 years old. It's been in the warehouse. But I have one at Mad, and I have one on my desk, and I have another one in the warehouse. Because the guy at Telemania, and this goes back a long time, said that they were discontinuing this, and I loved it so much. I bought 2 extras. Turns out it's still all over the web. You can click it so it rings as a regular telephone, but the more fun is to click it over to train sounds. And when the train sounds, it means your phone is ringing. The entire boiler lifts off, and that's the keypad, and it's a push-button phone, has a redial, and runs on 2 AA batteries. And what's neat about it is it's really a well-done model of the train. And this goes back maybe my first CES, so it could be 20 years ago. And I said to the guy, that is a gorgeous model. I said, you put a lot of work into making that phone. And the guy said, guess what? He said, we found a company that was just making that little train and selling it as a model for people's desks and shelves. And we made a deal with them to buy the plans. And then we had our factory cut it open and turn it into a telephone. So he said the research and development for us was really...
They already had the phone. It was just buy a train.
Yeah, exactly. They already, today they're making Lips phone. They still make all kinds of bizarre phones. But I love my train phone. It's called the Crescent train of 1925.
Let me see the train again. Let's get a nice shot of that.
Really
look at that. It's beautiful.
Nice. Isn't
so
that
the phone
nice?
is the top part that you pick up. That's the phone.
Yes.
Wow.
Let me just.
I'm surprised that made it to the gadget warehouse. Don't you use that as your phone?
Well, no. As I said, I bought 3 of them up there. Telephone. And then when you pick it up, it stops the sounds. And there's the keypad. So it's a strange keypad. So it fits into what is the train toilet. But it's pretty nifty.
So you do have that somewhere in your house?
Oh, I have 3 of them. I have one at Mad, one in my apartment, and a standby one at the warehouse. Because, like I said, the guy called me. He's probably long gone or doesn't work there anymore. He knew how much I loved it, and he called me up and he said, Dick, we're discontinuing the steam train telephone. He said, send me $20. I'll send you a couple from the warehouse. So that was it. That was my.
That's really neat.
Neat thing, yeah.
What a nice little history, a little bit of history behind that.
A little bit of backstory history, like, and isn't that what the Daily Giz Wiz is all about? It's not
that and choo-choos. It's really what it's all about. That, choo-choos, and letters.
Choo-choos.
Choo-choos.
And letters.
Choose a letter. Then you'll combine both.
Alvin Jones, Tampa, Florida, writes, hey, Dick and Leo. I'm a big fan of the show. I recently came across a gadget I think you should look at. I have an older symphonic 27-inch CRT television set. Oh, my word. I've been researching a way to play digital media on it without having to connect my computer to it or having to burn a DVD. I found a media player, the Sony SMP-U10 at CompUSA.com. It's small, highly portable, connects to older CRT TVs, as well as newer LCD and plasma TVs, and it lets you play media files straight from a USB thumb drive or an external hard drive. Displays photos and music. I've seen a Western Digital device for $80, but this little Sony model is $39.99. It comes with a remote control. And if I run into a file I can't display, I convert it to a Diffix AVI, and it takes much less time to than encoding and burning a DVD. I can finally watch the Daily Giz Wiz and all my other favorite TWiT shows on any TV in the house. Thanks for all the laughs and keep up the good work. God, imagine having a 27-inch CRT and watching the Daily Giz Wiz on it. Actually, Gadget Warehouse Friday is the perfect show to watch on an old Symphonic. I wonder if the brand is even around anymore.
I remember those Symphonics, yeah.
Symphonic was like the low end, right, of TVs?
But, yeah, I think it was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, first of all, it must have been a trick to get the video into that from a computer.
I know. I didn't quite understand it.
But I want to find out how
that's a good idea.
I want to find out how he did it, because we already had this idea that we have all these old tech TV shows, and in the new studio, I want to kind of have an old TV lying around, like really old TV lying around, and be running in the background these old TV shows, maybe even in black and white. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah,
But I have to
like
figure
a
out-
green room kind of thing. You walk in the
Yeah.
green room, it's like a flashback.
Would that be
green room.
funny? I love that.
It'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, just a thought. I'm trying to.
Isn't it fun to be kids at heart?
It is. It's fun to get to create and do different odd things in life.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're very
Exactly.
privileged to get to do that.
No, I often, when people talk about Gaines, I always say that Leo is like the new Gaines. Is that
Well,
you
that's a
just say,
high honor. Thank you. I don't think.
Well, yeah, no, you just say, hey, why don't we do that? And Gaines would think about it and go, all right, let's do that. That sounds good. You don't have to go to the board of directors.
No, and in that respect, you're probably right. That's my goal in life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dick, we've come to the end of a week of fun shows, as always. We're going to take a little weekend off. I'm sure it's sweltering in New York City. I hope you get to get up on the Hudson and enjoy some boating.
I plan on doing that. And you don't have a boat, do you?
Not yet. That Nordic tug, someday. Someday. Before that, I got to send Abby to college. Before that, I got to send Henry to college. Before that, I got to get a hot tub.
Lock the two of them in the attic. You could have a really nice tug.
Yeah, that's about the same. College tug.
Yeah,
Not the same.
Yeah, 20. Was it 40,000 a year?
A little more.
50,000 a year.
Yeah,
Times
just
two
thereabouts.
kids.
Yeah.
So we're into a couple hundred,
400,000,
like a 250,000 when you're done.
More than that. No. 50 times 4 is 200,000. Times 2 is $400,000.
And then they're probably going to want to eat.
No. That's I'll only go so far.
Yeah, and no books either, right?
You really don't ever want to do that math that you just did. That's bad.
No,
you don't
it was
ever.
like the warehouse when I did the warehouse.
Yeah, you don't want to add these up.
Why did I ever? Oh, let's see, 355. Oh, so the warehouse was just $130,000.
No big deal.
I could have sent Fairway to college.
That is pretty bad, actually, when you come to think of it. I mean, because you didn't even get anything for that. At least my children will get to get drunk every weekend and party all week long.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're going to get something.
There was one bright note was that I've been shredding old documents, old checkbooks and stuff, and I came across a bill. So I realized I've only been paying $355 a month for the last 18 years. Prior to that, it was only $260 a month.
Wow.
So I'm only in for like $100,000. So you see? But you're right. Now I feel, I was happy about that. Now I'm depressed.
Yeah, never do the math, dude.
I got nothing at it.
Hey, I got some math. For you.
Yeah.
Dan is telling me there will be 9 people in your studio next time we record.
Yeah.
Dude, there's room for you and one other person. Where are you going to put the other 8?
Well, see, this was the problem. Originally, I told them that I can host 2 people because I provided headsets for them. But that is one wired group.
Oh, they're just going to listen to the stream.
Yeah, they'll listen to the stream. I have one modem hardwired for us to do this. And then I have another modem, which is Wi-Fi, that they'll tag on so that they don't suck any bandwidth from us. And then I have a cable modem so that I am covered.
That's very good. Well, say hi to Dan. He's our chat moderator. He's going to be out there, and that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Next Saturday at this time. Yeah.
All right. Dick, we'll see you then.
I'll be here.
DAILY. It's the Daily Giz Wiz. It's the Daily Giz Wiz. It's the Daily Giz Wiz.
It makes its own gravy.
Yeah.